Yo, so check it, right? In 1986, the video game company came out with a video game called Bubble Bobble, right? Now, Bubble Bobble may very well be one of, if not the greatest video games ever created in the history of video games, you heard? And the reason why I say that is because Bubble Bobble is just unpredictable. You heard? Like when you play Super Mario Brothers, you know that turtle gonna come out, this gonna come out, you gonna step on him, hit the mushroom gonna come out. It's very predictable. But Bubble Bobble is not predictable at all. And this game was 20 years before. I don't care what year it is. You play this game, it's gonna be fun. You heard? You're gonna love it. So back in the days when this game came out, I was 10 years old. By the time this game probably hit everywhere in the hood, I probably was 11, maybe 12 years old. I don't think 12, most likely 11 years old. So probably in 1987 is when Bubble Bobble started really popping up everywhere. You heard? So like I said, I'm 11 years old. You heard? I don't even know how we met or how we got acquainted because I don't remember. But I used to hang out with, was at that time one of my best friends, a girl named Danielle, and we called her D, right? Now at the time, back in the days, D was probably like, I'm 11, D probably was like 19, 20 or something like that, right? Maybe 19, 20. And D was beautiful. You heard? Still is, but at this time, she was like probably one of the baddest chicks in my projects. And every nigga in my projects of her age group wanted her. You feel what I'm saying? But she was not into dudes like that at all. So I don't remember how me and D got acquainted. She lived in my building. She lived on the second floor. I lived on the third. But somehow, some way, me and her started hanging out with each other. You heard? Matter of fact, I'm sure we met each other in the game room because we had several game rooms in the Ville. We had the game room that was by the both parking lots behind 1548. That was also the number hole where they had ghosts and goblins and this other shit called Black Tiger that a lot of niggas don't remember. That shit was outstanding. Some Japanese shit called Black Tiger where you get different levels of armor and shit crazy. You understand what I'm saying? We had another game room right there next to 61 Daffit. You feel me? The door, everybody remembers that. They had Rygar in there. They had fucking Dragon's Lair. They had Millipede and Miss Pac-Man and all that way back in the days. You feel what I'm saying? And then we had, it was a game room down there towards Amboy. Like this little store, they had like a long hallway. They had games in there. That's a whole nother story and episode on how Amboy niggas used to try to jump me every time I go in that game room. And that's another story, I'll tell you that. But, and then you had a couple of more game rooms. But anywhere there was video games at, my nigga, I was there. That's how me and D connected, playing video games in the same game rooms in Brownsville. You heard? But she was an older chick, and she was a murderer on all games, on Pac-Man, on Millipede. She was a beast. You heard? She was a fucking beast. So we ended up, so another thing, I was a little young broke nigga. D had a good ass job, and she was fly as fuck. You heard? I'm talking about she was fly as fuck from head to toe every day. You understand what I'm saying? Gap sweatsuits, polo shit, Guess suits, any and everything you could think of in motherfucking 86, 87 that niggas was rocking, D was rocking. And she had jewels, earrings, door knockers, rings, everything. She was a fly motherfucker, long hair. She was bad. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody was mad that they couldn't fuck with her and couldn't get her. So I remember one time we was coming out the building 1590, and the nigga Boo Bear was out there with mad niggas, like 5-6 niggas in front of the building. So we come out the building, we on our way to wherever the fuck we was going, you heard? And the nigga Boo Bear was like, Boo Bear was type tight because he was trying to holler at her too. And she wasn't fucking with nobody, you heard? So one day me and her come out the building, 1590, Boo Bear mad at them niggas is in front of the building. Nigga Boo Bear like, yo, I think she fucking that little nigga, man, word up. And everybody start laughing, ah. And D was tight. You heard? I was a little ass kid. I was like 11 years old. But motherfucking D was tight. Like niggas just mad because they can't get me, you heard? But that shit was funny as a motherfucker though. You know what I mean? But niggas used to think that like, yo, why this little nigga fucking with that grown ass broad? But that was like my big sister. You heard? I was a broke ass nigga. Like I said, a little young broke nigga, no money. D had a good ass job and she always kept it official, my nigga. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, anywhere we went, she treated me like a big sister. Like, I ain't have to have a dime in my pocket. She just held it down. Anywhere, anything, anywhere we went. You understand what I'm saying? I was a little nigga though, you heard? So, like I said, me and D met each other in the game room. I don't know how the fuck we started playing Bubble Bobbles. I guess she played Bubble. I played partners with her one day in Bubble Bobbles, and we was type nice together. You heard? And she kind of like trained me in that shit. Like, yo, this how you play, nigga. Don't do this. Don't do that. Blah, blah, blah. So I started listening, and I got nice. You heard? So I kid you not. Me and D, my nigga, we became notorious in Brownsville for Bubble Bobble. You heard? I'm talking about my nigga. We was notorious. When we walked up in the motherfucking game room, niggas knew what time it was. Niggas like, I'm good, my nigga. Niggas be selling they quarters. If you a real video game head, you know what that mean. When we walked in the game rooms, niggas was selling they quarters, my nigga. That means any niggas who was waiting to play the game or hanging out to play the game all day, they like, I'm out of here, my nigga, because these niggas gonna get on it and they gonna turn over the whole game. They gonna finish the whole game, you heard? So anytime we walked in the game room, niggas would be like, but motherfuckers, but we had fans and niggas wanted to see us. Niggas wanted to see us finish the game and get up to that 100th board, because a lot of niggas ain't never see it. You understand what I'm saying? The only time niggas ever saw the final board in Bubble Bobbles was when me and D was in the building. You heard? So anywhere we went through in the Ville, niggas knew what time it was. Like, yo, that's them right there, my nigga. They know how to turn over Bubble Bobble. We used to be murdering that shit. When we walked in a motherfucking game room, nigga, when we walked in a motherfucking game room, me and D, that shit was like when Black Bart or a cowboy that got mad smoke with another cowboy, when he come in the saloon and that shit just be like, you know, I can't whistle for shit with this big ass gap, but it's like, yo, when we walked up in the game room, that's what it was like, nigga. Like cowboys that have beef with each other. We come through the motherfucking swinging doors. Boom. We walking down that motherfucker. We walking up in that bitch like this. Niggas like, oh man, that's them. You heard? They know we coming for blood. You heard? Who got next? We throw our quarters up in that shit, it's over, nigga. Niggas come in the motherfucking game room. Niggas be like this. Word to my mother, niggas used to come in the game room. They used to come in, look, see us on the game and be like, I'm out, my nigga. I'll be back in a couple of hours. Cause niggas know, nigga, on one quarter, we finishing that shit. That's a fact, nigga. On one quarter, we was finishing the whole 100 boards, playing together. Cause you know Bubble Bobbles, you could play 2 players. So we used to put 2 quarters in that motherfucker, nigga. It's over. We was the motherfucking kings of Bubble Bobble. Niggas knew what time it was, nigga. It was nobody better than us. Nobody could finish the game like us. Nobody could finish the game but us in the whole Ville. And anywhere we ever went to other places, I'm talking about, nigga, we being fucking Playland. When Playland was on 42nd Street, when Playland was on in Times Square, when the other game room was down in the train station in Port Authority. They used to have a game room in the train station at Port Authority. That was the most dangerous game room to be in. I used to be in that shit 10, 11 years old by my motherfucking self, my nigga. Get on the train from Brownsville and go all the way to that game room by myself. Me, my nigga Israel, and a few other niggas. We used to go to 42nd Street Times Square game room, my nigga, And we used to take a coat hanger, right? We learned this. We started doing this. We started doing this on Pickens Avenue at the newsstand that used to be right there on Rockaway and Pickens, where they used to have like 2 little games in there. They had Contra, and they had I forgot what other game they had, but they had Contra and another game. And when them niggas used to slip and have the motherfucking the quarter slots without the doors on it, we would take a coat hanger, bend it a certain way, and you put the coat hanger up into the quarter slot, and you hit the joint, because when you put a quarter in a game, it hits some little piece like bloop, and it registers as a credit. So anything that touches that metal thing, it registers as a credit. So we used to take the coat hanger, bend that shit up, put it up inside the game, grab onto the piece, pause, and hit the shit. Boop, 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 and it put quarters in the game. Me and my nigga Israel, we used to do that. And other niggas from the Ville and my projects, we used to do that. Now, I mean, we used to put quarters, mad quarters in the motherfucking game and stand there all day. And niggas used to come to the shit, be like, if a kid came there to play Contra, we'd be like, yo, you going to play Contra? 2 quarters, we'd be like a quarter for 2 games. So we'll put 50, 60 credits on the game and sell them shits for a quarter for 2. So niggas be like, oh, word, 2 games for a quarter? And we used to stand there and be hustling all motherfucking day doing that shit, my nigga, until the man caught on that we was rigging the game. Like, what the fuck is these little niggas doing? Every day they come here, you understand what I'm saying? And just post up in front of the newsstand and be selling games. How the fuck is they selling games? Because we was rigging the shit out that shit. So then we used to take them shits, we used to make them shits and go to Playland. Real talk, it's because of niggas like us, they started putting doors on all of the quarter slots. Because any game that didn't have a door in it, we was able to even do it to some games that had a door. You just had to be nice as fuck. But if a game didn't have a door, we could break the door off of that shit on the quarter slot. Forget about it, nigga. We stick that hanger all the way up in there. Boop, 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 boop. Be selling credits all day. So we used to go to Times Square, 42nd Street. We used to go to Playland and try to do that shit. And them niggas used to catch us and kick us the fuck out. Because it'd be so many games in there, we just be going around looking for the ones without doors, boop, 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 and we sitting there, and one nigga just be standing by the game, and we be looking for niggas who want to play the game. Like, yo, you trying to play Millipede? Yo, we got 2 games for a quarter. And niggas used to be getting money like that, my nigga. We was little niggas like 10, 11 years old, hustling quarters and Playland, and in any game room we could do that shit in. You hear me? So, anyway, I'm downtown Brooklyn on Fulton Street right now. You know what I mean? City so dead, my nigga. You know Fulton Street always dead as fuck at night. But city so dead, I just be having to go where a little bit of life at, nigga. Like I said, me and D, we was feared. We was feared video gamers, nigga. Anywhere we step in the motherfucking building, niggas knew what time it was with us. So one day, right, it used to be a game room right around the corner from Suffalo. You heard? Right around the corner. We used to call it, I don't know what niggas from Suffalo called that game room, but we called this shit the Black Door, because it was just a black door in the middle of the block. And you go in there, it was like a pool hall, gambling spot type of spot, but they had mad video games in there, right? So they had Bubble Bobbles in there. You heard? So we used to go in there smashing Bubble Bobbles every day. Like, it was like this in Bubble Bobble. In order to skip 20 boards, you gotta not get caught for the first 20 boards. I think it's 20 boards or 10 boards. I think it's 20 though. You gotta not get caught for either the first 10 or the first 20 boards in order to get the umbrella that makes you skip through mad boards. You heard? So this is how we used to finish the shit, because we used to always skip 20 boards by not getting caught at all for the first 20 boards. You feel me? So if I got caught in that first 20 boards, then we can't do the umbrella shit, and D be mad as a motherfucker. So I be busting my ass not to get caught, because if I do get caught, she be tight like this. Come on, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? You getting caught on these early ass fucking boards? The fuck, you don't know how to play? Like, that shit used to be having me heated. You heard? Because I was a little nigga, so I ain't want to fuck up. So I'll be busting my ass not to get caught for those first 20 boards. So one day we was trying to do that shit, and I got caught within the 20 boards, right? So I got fucking mad, and I hit the game or kicked the game. Boom! Fucking trash ass game. I'm like 11 years old, you heard? So the owner of the store had a daughter, Spanish chick. He had a daughter, you heard? And she was like probably 15, 16 years old. Probably like 16 years old, you heard? Remember, I'm 11, so I kicked the game. Boom! So she come over there. yo, stop fucking hitting the game. Don't hit the fucking game. So I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever, nigga. You feel me? So now I'm mad. Playing the game. I get caught again. Now I'm super mad. I hit the fucking game again. Boom! Fucking trash ass game. So now this bitch get tight. I'm still playing the game. This bitch get tight. She come over there. And this bitch basically smacked me in the back of my head and pushed me into the game. Boom! You heard? Like, mad aggressively. Remember, my back was turned, so I couldn't even see the broad coming up on me. You heard? But it's like, yo, like my back was turned. So the broad came up behind me and smacked me in the back of my head and pushed me into the game mad abruptly. Like, boom. Well, I told you stop fucking with the game. So I'm like, my reflexes, I just turned around and snuffed her. Straight up. My reflex, as soon as she hit me like that, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, I just turn around, bang. Fuck is wrong with you, nigga? So now, boom, I stole off on her. Bing, you heard? So like I said, she like 15, 16 years old. So when I stole off on her, she was tight. Like, oh, this little ass nigga punched me in my face. Now I'm gonna fuck this nigga up like a grown man, you heard? So once I snuffed her, once she hit me from behind, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, and I turned around, I just threw a punch, bing. Yo, that bitch just jumped on me like a wild barracuda. That bitch was like, what motherfucker, boom, bitch jumped on me. So now we scrapping. In the motherfucking game room, we scrapping. Bing, bang, bang, bing, bang. Bing, bing, bang, bing, bing. She trying to wash me. She is washing me, you heard? She 15, 16 years old. I'm a little ass kid. She washing me. Bing, bang, bang, bing, bang, bing, bing. So I'm throwing blows back. Bing, bang, bing, 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 bang, bing, bing. I start washing her. You heard? My homegirl D, she like, yo, fuck that bitch up, son. Fuck that bitch up, son. So now she amping me. I'm throwing blows. I'm connected. Bing, bang, bang, bing, bing, bang, bing, bing. So now we scrapping, my nigga. We scrapping so hard, me and this broad, in that game room. Like, you know how Heathcliff be fighting and he just be like a ball of motherfucking dust with sparks and shit coming out of it? That's how me and this bitch was fighting inside that game room next to Suffalo, my nigga. The Black Door. I'm talking about, we was in that shit like Heathcliff. You heard? Scrapping crazy. We was scrapping so crazy that I don't even remember how the fuck we got outside, my nigga. We ended up outside. You heard? We ended up outside on the street. So now we on the street, we scrapping, my nigga. First of all, this bitch is trying to throw haymakers, like all of that, yo, broads. Yo, this bitch was trying to knock my head off, my nigga, because she was mad that I punched her in her face. So she wanted to teach me a lesson. So you know how somebody be so mad and trying to get theirs off that they can't get theirs off? That's what she was doing. Like, she was so tight trying to smash me out that I was just connected. Bing, bang, bing, bing, bang, bing, bing, bang, bing, you heard? So now we in the middle of the street, like I said. We outside on the sidewalk in front of the game room. So niggas on the block is crowding around now. Everybody is crowding around because they see us scrapping crazy. And niggas see that this broad is way older than me. So now niggas is amping me. Like niggas that was around and niggas was like, yo, shorty, fuck that bitch up, shorty. Word up, man, fuck that bitch up, son. Know what I mean? So now I'm getting amped, you heard? So now I'm super connecting on this bitch. Now I'm super connecting on this bitch. Bing, bang, bang, bing, bing. I'm looking like a young Pernell Whitaker out this motherfucker, you heard? Bing, bang, bang, bing, bing. What's up? What's up, bitch? You heard? So now the bitch tackles me. So now the bitch tackles me. Boom, we fall on the floor. Now we on the floor on the motherfucking concrete, my nigga. We scrapping crazy. Bing, bang, bang, bing. You heard? So now we on the floor on the motherfucking concrete. Outside around the corner from Suffalo. We on the concrete, we scrapping. Bing, bang, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bing, bing. The bitch is trying to pin me down to the ground and pound me, you heard? Bitch trying to ground and pound before that shit was even out. You heard? Bitch got me on the ground, bitch like this. Boom, boom, boom. So niggas like, yo, get that bitch off you, son. Get that bitch off you, son. So now I'm under the bitch. I'm struggling with her. I get the bitch off me. We still on the ground scrapping. Bing, bang, 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 bing, bang, bing, bang. I'm talking about, like I said, the Heathcliff cloud, my nigga. I'm dead ass. How the Heathcliff cloud be, that's how me and this bitch was on that block, my nigga. Like this, bing, bang, bang, bing, bang, bing, bing. Niggas like, yo, fuck that bitch up, son. Fuck that bitch up, son. You heard? Bitch trying to wash me, so now, you heard, now she's just mad angry because everybody on the block is against her. My homegirl D is like, yo, fuck that bitch up, son. Fuck that bitch up. I'm like this, bing, bang, bing. So now she's mad tight, you heard? So now the broad just comes out with the abnormal strength. And she like, nah, I'm not letting this little nigga win this fight. You heard? Like I could feel a chick whole vibes, you heard? Like with the blows that she throwing, I could just feel her whole vibe and move. She like, I am not gonna let this little 11-year-old nigga say he beat me in a fight, you heard? So she putting in extra twerk. You heard? So she putting in extra twerk. Now she getting a little crazy. Now she getting a little savage. You heard? Now she throwing haymakers and bolos and trying to smash a nigga crazy. You heard? So now in my head, I'm like, I got to get the fuck up out of here, man. You heard? This bitch is taking this fight a little too personal and she trying to murk a nigga out here. You heard? I'm a kid. Bitch, whole face mad red. You heard? She looking like the devil, like, I'ma kill this little nigga. I'm like, yo, all right, it's time to bounce. I'm trying to throw a couple of blows, bing, bang, and get up out of there. You heard? I'm trying to get up out of here. This bitch don't want to let me go until she get hers off. You heard? Because I connected too many times on that grill. You heard? I'm telling you, I was looking like a young Mark Breland. You heard? I was connecting on that bitch. Bing, bang, bing. Like, you heard? I was connecting, my nigga. So she tight. She like, nah, this nigga not leaving until I get some good face punches on this nigga face. And I'm like, bitch, you not getting them face punches on me. So I'm dodging and ducking. You heard? So I'm trying to get up out of here. Even my homegirl D now, she like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here, son. Let's get the fuck out of here. You heard? So I'm like, the bitch don't want to let me go. Bitch grabbing me. So I said, all right, I know what I gotta do. So in my head, I just reverted back to some shit I seen on TV. I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do. So, you know how niggas on TV and movies, they get into fights and they grab a motherfucking bottle and they break that shit and it breaks into a nice jagged weapon. I tried to do that. So the bitch is the bitch trying to wash me, right? So I see a bottle on the floor, 40. So I grabbed the 40 off the floor. I'm like, this, yeah, I got something for this bitch. So I run over to the sidewalk. Like I said, this bitch is still coming trying to wash me. I had got her up off me. She was still on the floor and I got up and I tried to run, but I knew she would have caught me because she was coming, you feel me? So I tried to stop and grab the bottle right quick and break the motherfucking bottle on the sidewalk like this, like they do in the movies, so I could back the bitch off with a nice jagged piece of glass, right? So while I got the bottle, I see this bitch out the corner of my eye running down the block to come smash me. Bitch coming running down the block looking like a fucking savage animal, my nigga. Like I'm over there with the bottle. She like this in slow motion. I'm like this. Damn. So I got the bottle and I'm trying to break the bottle before she get to me. So I'm like this. I broke the bottle. The whole fucking bottle broke into pieces and it was nothing left in my hand but the fucking part you put your mouth on, pause. It was a mad small piece of the bottle left. I turned around like, what up, bitch? I looked at my hand. Shit was a mad small ass piece of glass. That bitch just dived on me. Boom. Me and her start scrapping again. Bing, bang, bang, bing, bing, bang, bang, bing, bang, bing. Whole block, whole fucking Belmont coming across the street. Niggas coming from across the street from Belmont like this. Yo, what's that? Yo, niggas scrapping? Niggas running over there. It's me and some motherfucking bitch scrapping like Heathcliff and them niggas, you heard? Shit was fucking crazy, my nigga. Bitch was trying to fucking catch a body, you heard? I was getting that bitch up off me though, bro. Eventually, I got that bitch up off me and I just made a run for it like, yo, come on. And we just ran. We ran down Mother Gaston and got back to the P's, my nigga. And we never went in that game room again. I couldn't go back in that game room. That bitch was looking for me, you heard? It would have been on site with me and that bitch anywhere, anytime, you heard? To this day, it's probably still on site with me and that bitch. That's my word. That's why I don't be out here slipping, you heard? Be out here downtown Brooklyn filming a video, thinking it's sweet. That bitch just come out of nowhere like, Remember me from the Black Door, nigga? Bang! D is my heart, though, man, forever. You heard? I love her. If you run across this and you see this, holla at me. My old Facebook page got deleted. So don't think I deleted you, because I would never do that. But that's my heart, D. One time, me and D, I remember, because me and D used to always go places, you heard? We used to always go to the movies. She'd be like, yo, let's go to the movies. Come on. Take her to the movies. Like, she had a little young nigga like me around a lot of adult shit, you heard? At a young age, you heard? And a lot of niggas was hating because I used to be with her each and every day, and she was bad as fuck and fly as fuck each and every day. She used to be buying me clothes, all type of shit. You heard? I was like her real little brother. I was like her real little brother for facts, you heard? So, one time, I remember we was going to the movies on the Deuce. You heard? We was going to the movies on the Deuce, me and D. And this had to be like 87. You heard? Maybe 88. You heard? I don't think it was 88 though, because I ain't go to 275 yet, so it was like 87. So we on the train, and back in the days, this is when niggas in the streets used to carry they hammers, they little 25s and they 38 specials. Niggas used to carry them shits in like leather Louis bags or leather Gucci bags or Fendi bags. Like all the thug niggas would have a bag, like a little handbag. You heard? That was just big enough to carry a hammer or whatever. Some niggas actually carried their hammer in that shit, and some niggas just had it for show, like, yeah, nigga, it might be a hammer in here, but it still was fashion. Thug niggas carried a little handbag with their ratchet in it or their money or whatever. And then it was a law that, you know, people was beating gun charges if they was getting caught with guns, but it was in a bag, because they had to have a warrant to search that property. So police was running up on niggas finding guns in them little bags, and they was beating them shits left and right. So niggas started carrying them guns in them handbags just because of the law. You feel what I'm saying? So if you watch that Slick Rick video, Teenage Love, where he come on the train and he see Big Daddy Kane with his girl and he start digging into his handbag, that's what that was about. Because everybody used to keep their hammers in a handbag like that. So one day me and D, we on the A train going to the Deuce, right? So some niggas got on at Nostrand Avenue. Now back in the days in the 80s, my nigga, the trains were very fucking dangerous. I'm talking about 86, 87, 88. They was fucking dangerous, my nigga. So some dudes had got on that Nostrand Avenue, right? So me and D is sitting there, we minding our business. We going to the Deuce to watch a movie. You heard? It's like 8:30 at night. You heard? So it's like 8:30 at night. So some niggas come on the train on Nostrand Avenue. Niggas come through the cart. Niggas bopping crazy. Niggas fly as fuck. You heard? Niggas fly as fuck. And a nigga got one of those handbags with the ratty in it. You heard? And a nigga is walking through the train cart. And I don't know what the fuck happened, but I think the nigga saw a nigga that he knew from the hood or whatever that he had a problem with. So he was with his man. The nigga comes on the train. He sees the nigga. And his man is like, that's that nigga right there, son. That's that nigga right there. So the nigga like, hey, yo, my nigga, what's up with you, nigga? What's up? The nigga like, what? What you talking about? Nigga just reaches into the handbag and pulls out the ratchet like this. Fuck is up, nigga? What's up? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn. I'm shocked, my nigga. I'm 11 years old, maybe 12. You heard? I'm shocked. I don't know what the fuck is gonna go down. The nigga just backs the nigga down like this. Yo, you fucking playing with me, nigga? You fucking playing with me, nigga? I don't even, like, I was too young to even know what the conversation was about. I just remember the nigga backing out the ratchet and the whole train car like, oh shit. And niggas started moving over and getting up and moving out their seat. And some motherfuckers that was next to them like us, we just sat still because we ain't know what the fuck was gonna go down. The nigga backed out the ratchet. Nigga was like, yo, nigga, I fucking murder you, nigga. I murder you on this train right now, nigga. You heard? And his man was like, yo, chill, my nigga. His man was like, yo, chill, son, chill, my nigga. There's too many people on this train. He like, I don't give a fuck about these people on this motherfucking train, nigga. So you better not let me see you around the way, nigga. And I'm like, damn, I thought the nigga was gonna kill a nigga right there on the fucking train. So that was my real first time realizing how dangerous New York City trains was back in the days. You feel me? Like, and D put me on like, yo, shit like that be happening on the A train all the time. You're gonna see motherfuckers pull out ratchets. You're gonna see motherfuckers get stabbed, shit like that. You heard? So that's when I knew shit was real, nigga. But just like in that Decepticon story I told you about, where the little nigga pulled the gun out on the A train, it was just like that, except for this nigga was a grown-ass man, and it wasn't no laughing and joking, playing. It wasn't none of that. This nigga was dead ass, and he was about to kill that nigga, but his man talked some sense into that nigga and was like, "There's 1,000 witnesses on this train, my nigga, chill out." You heard? But he definitely went up inside that Louis. I think he had a Louis or a Gucci handbag, you heard? And he went up in that designer shit and pulled out that motherfucking revolver, you heard? And the whole train was shook, my nigga. Real talk, and that was like 87. Facts.
Hey yo, LAZ, man, it's a throwback joint, you heard? I made the correction, posted the correction before, but I'ma let y'all know again. I get it mixed up sometimes. I did a lot of chasing the eggplant, baby. I did a whole lot. It's different generations and eras of me chasing the eggplant. You heard? So I may have got some things a little mixed up. Like on this episode, I said I met the chick on AIM when really I met her on Tagged, bro. You heard? It's when Tagged first was popping, when the smartphone game was in effect. I was getting it confused with about 30 other chicks that I met chasing the eggplant. So bear with me, bro. You heard? Z-Man Suicide Polo with the Ski Man. Now I mean, y'all know what it is. Comment gang, tear it up.
I did like 90 all the way to New York like this. So check it, right? Like I said, I mean, AOL Instant Messenger, AIM. It was like playing Russian roulette, which you heard. So it's like, yo,